Your euphoria tapping in. As you guys can see, my hair is very much natural. I let it air dry. But let me go ahead and introduce myself. So, what's up, you guys? My name is Euphoria, breathwork goddess, STD awareness coach, licensed cosmetologist for the last 13 years, entrepreneur for the last 4 years. Everything black, beautiful, and bold. I've done it. You name it, I put my hands in it. I'm also an emerging artist. You can listen to all of my music on any streaming platform. Also, you can get in touch with that music here on YouTube as well. It's going to be at the top on the actual YouTube profile page. Also, you can get in touch with me via my podcast channel. I have a podcast on all streaming platforms for podcasts as well. So, plenty of ways to get in touch with me and my information. And of course, if you like it here, you like the vibes, share, subscribe, and like and comment, share all of that good stuff, you know? Make sure that the love keeps on loving so that I can stay in the algorithm. But let's get down to the nitty gritty. So today's topic is the divine masculine. Now, let me put my water bottle behind my phone because I'm put my phone up and it's kind of sunny, as y'all can see. Beautiful weather today. Divine masculine and being herpes positive, right? So a lot of the times when it comes to being herpes positive, people associate herpes with depression, sadness, all kinds of negative emotions, which I don't really understand because if it wasn't for herpes, I wouldn't have even got out of my negative, low vibrational self. It was actually herpes that directed me towards being high vibrational and positive, right? I had to learn to accept myself on all different levels, whether it be my financials, my mental state, my physical state, my sexual status, my ability to have sex, whether it be frivolously or if I wanted to be super responsible. It just made me really check in with myself and really look at myself in the mirror. Like, who am I? If I had to look at myself outside of me and be like, who are you? I had to see who I was, right? So herpes has made me more confident for that because I'm like, okay, well, even if I don't have A, B, and C, X, Y, Z, I'm still a whole human. And I can improve any of these, what are they called? Any of these areas of my life by just simply being myself and doing the work, right? So, with that being said, let's move into the divine masculine. Recently, I have ended a relationship with someone. And when I ended this relationship, I ended it because, all relationships have ups and downs. But in this particular relationship, I was dealing with someone who was also herpes positive. They told me this years and years ago, right? And I kept noticing one every single time I would be intimate, whether I actually had actual sex with this person or if I was just, simply vibing with the person, I would always get an outbreak. And what I've known about my herpes is it's always told me if I get an outbreak, then the person is toxic. So if I start seeing outbreaks anywhere on my body and I'm around you, I'm in your space, it lets me know that your energy is not healthy for me. So I didn't even have to have actual sex with this person for it to happen the first time. But then, I gave him a chance. I decided to date him. I'm like, maybe I was going through something else at the time, right? I put it off, tried to give them benefit of the doubt. And the second time around, I had actual, intercourse with them, and the same thing happened. I had an actual outbreak, right? But we were drinking, right? No. The first time we actually were drinking a little bit. We had Ciroc shots and stuff the first time. So the second time around, we were drinking a little bit. I had one drink. We went out to a club together, and then we came home and, had some adult fun. Third time around, which was recently, after a year of being celibate, actually a year and 3 months of celibacy, congrats to me, of a year of celibacy and 3 extra months, I decided to go back and date this person again, just to see, maybe I was going through trauma back then, and maybe now I'm in a different position, place, things are going to happen differently. I want to give it a benefit of the doubt, right? I decided to lay down with this person once more, and literally the second day or the next day, I woke up and I had an outbreak right in the crack of my tail. Okay, so that let me know right there, three times a charm, three strikes, right? But more importantly, outside of that, I was trying to figure out what was causing the outbreaks. Was it the fact that they were herpes positive? Was it their energy? What was it? And when I really did the background work and I really checked in with this person and checked out everything about them, I realized one, they were very toxic in the space of when a woman does her spiritual work, she's really confident in herself. She really is like, I know who I am. I know what I bring to the table. I know what kind of energy, what kind of huzzah, what kind of swirl I got. I know me. So when she comes to the forefront, she's confident about that. And she likes to be in her highest position because as a man, as, what's this, not Buju Banton. Oh my God, wrong name. Burna Boy, he says, that's how you feel when you're sitting on top of the world, top of the world, top of the world, top of the world. When you're with a man, you're supposed to feel like you're on top of the world. You should not feel like he is coming down on the top of your head, smushing you into the dirt. He's supposed to have you sitting on top of his phallus, projected into the daggone sky so you could be connected to the sun to keep the spiritual downloads coming through. Because when your head, your crown is connected to source, sun, you can bring the manifestation straight down through your vessel to this person, and you basically bring their dreams and aspirations to life by simply being able to be connected to the source. Any man who's a divine masculine knows that he should not put a woman down, but instead lift her up to the highest place possible by allowing her to sit on top of his phallus and be connected to spirituality. In black communities and other Afro-American communities, I'm hearing, or I'm getting really, I'm becoming more aware that it's kind of like seeing that you should put your woman down and smack the woman down, like, oh, like in certain cultures, it's like popular for, like, if a man can domestically abuse his woman and show that he's in control, he's like, yeah, bro, that's what you do. You got to tame these women. Not realizing the woman is meant to be an untamed source of energy so that she can be wild, so that she can be whimsical, so that she can bring your blessings down, so that she can do her magic, so that she can do her swirl. She's not meant to be tamed and tainted with your ideology of the 3D world when her realm is really 5D, 7D, 6D, 9D, 12D dimension. Like, that's where we thrive at. When we go to sleep, that's when we bring all the blessings down. We get all the dreams, we get all the downloads, and we bring them down here to 3D with you, and we manifest these things and make them happen on 3D. Because anything that happens here on this plane, this 3D plane, has already happened in the spiritual world. So if you have you a really good spiritual girl, she can usually tell you what's going to happen, aka predict the future. Much like myself, being an oracle. See, I got my little mole right here, had it since birth. I've been able to tell people what's going to happen for years, since I was a kid. But people always thought I was just crazy. I was a whole prophetess, always telling people, this is what's about to happen, so and so and so. And they're like, shut up, girl, sit down. And then it would happen. They look at me like, and they would try to call me like the devil or a demon because I knew what was going to happen. Even had exes try to cheat on me, and I'm like, hold on. Whose hair is this? This so-and-so's hair in your head? How you know I was with them yesterday? Because I saw it in my dream. Stop playing with me. Anyways, so let's focus on the divine masculine. Back to, because we kind of got off track here. When it comes to being herpes positive, it is important for divine masculine to do his work so that he's not toxic to the woman and her divine femininity so that they can thrive together in this relationship. Meaning, if he hasn't done his divine masculine healing work, he won't be able to create an environment that feels safe enough for this woman to thrive in her nurturing energy, which means she will probably A, have more outbreaks, B, not be able to manifest as quickly, C, have financial blocks, D, not be a good component or player to the team. Locust for confirmation. Low vibrational energy for confirmation. Had to spit that out of there. I felt that coming quick. Get that out of here. So, with that being said, it's always best advised that you do your work and become that divine masculine, that safe space for a feminine, divine feminine to land in. Because a divine feminine can't fully be a divine feminine unless she has a safe divine masculine to land on to nurture him. See, the person I was dating wanted me to nurture them. They wanted to be stroke their ego, spiritually, physically, mentally, and everything else. But it's like, I can't stroke you when I'm in a stressful headspace. Does that make sense? I can't nurture you if I'm not being poured into. What can I reciprocate back to you if you're not pouring into me? Last time I checked, chivalry is not dead unless you want it to be dead, right? Chivalry is a thing. You do need to let a woman know it's safe to open up here. It's safe for your flower to bloom. Okay? That makes sense? Yeah, of course. So you do need to allow a woman to know that it's safe for you to bloom here, right? So that you can open up and be nurturing, so that I can smell your flower, so that the flower can turn into fruit, because all fruit comes from a flower. Every single flower produces some kind of fruit, to my knowledge. Okay, every fruit comes from a flower, I'll say that much, right? But the fruit of the womb, right? So I can't give you fruits from my womb unless you let me know it's safe for my womb to open up here. If you make it toxic and you repress me energetically, you block your blessing from being in my life. If you hurt me and you make me feel like I can't bloom, you don't get blessings. That's just how it works. It's like having a plant growing, and instead of pouring water and fertilizer and nutrition into the plant, you pour liquor, you pour boric acid, you pour all kinds of garbage water into the flower, and then you want to get blessings from the flower. It doesn't work like that. That's what the divine masculine should notice about the divine feminine. You need to do that work so that you're not pouring toxic thoughts, toxic energy, and toxic situations into something that you want to get blessed from. That's like saying your woman's pregnant, and instead of feeding her the best foods, you're going to start feeding her liquor every day. You're going to have her outside smoking cigarettes. You're going to have her outside with all your friends on the block with you, all those energies in the world just going all through her whole entire nervous system instead of protecting her, keeping her safe enough so that when this baby is born, the baby is born in the most purest high vibrational form. So boom, this fruit can be bountiful. This fruit can be positive. This fruit can be thriving. Oh no, we supposed to go through trauma. That's what makes us tough. No. Trauma made us too tough to even realize what our divine purpose in this world is. And that's what I want the divine masculine to hear, especially in the herpes positive community. Especially in the herpes positive community, because if you don't understand that when you're in this community, that the state of someone's nervous system is so important to make sure that they're not having an outbreak, to make sure that they're not having any kind of heart palpitations, they're not having any kind of throat chakra blockages, they're not having any kind of unnecessary headaches because you are projecting toxic energy into this vessel. Of course, everything isn't going to be glitter and gold and rainbows and cupcakes, but everyone knows that your relationship should be your break from the world, should be your peace from the world. When I come home, I need peace. I don't need to come into another hellhole. That's what outside is for. That's what you do outside the house. You release, but then when you come into the home, just like when you come into your body and you meditate, that's supposed to be your place of refuge. So I just want everybody to understand that. If you want me to be a place of refuge, or this is the divine, I'm speaking for every divine feminine in the herpes positive community and probably others. If you want me to be your landing place, your space of peace, you have to do the work on yourself and figure out why you do toxic things to people. Why do you project toxic energy into people and then expect them to be nice to you? Then even ask, what makes a person want to keep themselves safe around me? What about me might feel toxic to them where they feel like they need to protect their energy from me? That's another question you have to ask. Why is this woman keeping her guard up around me? What about me is making her not feel safe? What was my relationship like with my mother growing up? What was my relationship like with my sisters growing up? My aunts? What colors can I use to describe these relationships if I was to put them in a painting? How does each color relate to a different chakra? Can I dance? Do I still feel like I have rhythm? Can I get loose enough to dance and swirl and be in the mirror and look at myself and dance like I'm 7 years old again? If the answer to any of those questions is something that makes you feel fear versus love, there's still more work to be done. There's still more shadow work before you can be in a relationship that's going to be divinely high vibrational for your spirit and is going to give you what you want in life. Everything else before that is going to be practice. Like Drake said, it's going to be a lesson. It's not going to be a blessing. It's going to be a lesson. Because everything before that is going to be the mirror work or the shadow work that you need to do until you can receive that blessing. You're going to get a partner that's going to project and reflect back to you all the things that need to be healed until you do the healing work. So divine masculine, I'm not here to beat you up or tell you that you're not doing everything right. I'm here to tell you that if you want to actually be that divine masculine, you have to do that work. You have to heal. You have to really feel yourself without being attached to somebody else. Like the codependencies really got to stop. Like you have to put yourself in your own bubble and figure out why, when I'm in my own energy, do I feel like I'm sinking? Is it my finances? Is it my traumas? Is it the way that I think every day? What do I think about every day? What do I watch every single day? What food do I put in my brain every day to have me in a space? Why do I only feel like I can be my happiest, most abundant version of myself when I'm attached to somebody else's energy? If you can't answer those questions without second guessing yourself or really realizing, like, whoa, I do have a codependent relationship with others, which we're all humans, we're supposed to have relationships with other people, right? But codependency means I don't feel happy unless I'm attached to. I can sit in a room all by myself and I actually can turn off my phone and look at the ceiling and just be like, thank you. I could come outside in the middle of the day and look at like everything that's behind me, like in front of me right now, like the trees and the sun, and it's a clear sky. It's no clouds in the sky. It's absolutely not one cloud in the sky in front of me. It's so blue. Like, let me show you guys this. Like, it's absolutely beautiful view, right? I can look at stuff like that and be like, thank you. But I could also even look at the clouds and be like, we did need some rain. It was kind of hot. You know, it makes me sad usually because it's like, dang, what's clouding over the top of my head? But I'm like, oh, purification. It's time to purify. So again, excuse me. Divine masculine really needs to do the work and then not be codependent. Be able to be strong enough for somebody else. So when I got into that relationship and I tell a person I got negative $500 in my bank account, and they know this information about me, right? They know that I have a negative balance in my account for whatever. Do you need to, excuse me? Hey, hold on one second, y'all. Do you need to go back inside the house? All right. Stay inside. If I tell somebody that I have a negative balance in my account, and then you hear me and you know this about me, right? And then we go somewhere. Luckily, I still have money other places, but I'm not going to tell you that, right? Because I just want to see how you're going to treat me. Because that's only in one of my accounts. And you go, you work hard, I invite you somewhere, you get there late. I don't really mind that part because you got to work. And I understand a man who has too much time on his hands probably doesn't have enough money. And a man who has a lot of money probably won't have a lot of time on his hands. It's just the payoff. It's just what you do. Unless they found out how to streamline income and work from home. But even still, men usually still got to move around and be present and be, there to keep those relationships going and thriving, right? Publicly speaking, stuff like that. So if I tell you that I have a negative balance in my account and I invite you somewhere, and you come late and I don't mind it, and the first thing you do is you didn't introduce me to everybody like I wanted you to. You don't understand, I made $800 today. And I'm just looking at you like, and I could tell the way you said it, like I can feel how it's affecting my structure, my chakra points. I can feel it. Like, it's like, oh, you said it to like shoot some kind of animosity towards, like, dang, he got what I need. I need him. I should probably shrink myself and really be underneath his wing and sit down and not feel like a queen and not feel like I'm glowing and not feel like a shiny star sitting on top of the phallus. I need to shrink and let him shine off my energy, make him feel like a king. Meanwhile, I just got to sit here and look like a pretty face, even though this my energy that he's percolating off of, because that's just how it works anyways. You're always going to be a reflection of the woman that you're plugged into, because you're the plant. The woman is the fertile soil. And if you're properly watering the soil and putting fertilizer in it, she's going to glow. And then you're going to glow even more because you're doing right by your woman. That's how the blessings roll out. That's alchemy, period. It's nowhere you're going to look. I mean, it's a flower, a tree. That's how the relationship works between masculine and feminine energy. So you want to make me shrink and shrivel up to make yourself feel better in your ego because you have unhealed, finished, or unworked shadow, right? And it's like, why would you tell a woman that you want to support and nurture that you have what she needs, but you wouldn't give it to her? And then I say to the person, I say, well, if that's the case, I want to ask you a question, because I decided to work with this individual. I said, I paid you booth rent. I paid you $110 to cover my next week's balance. If you really cared about me as an individual in a relationship with me, why wouldn't you just send me back my money and be like, you know what, don't even worry about booth rent for the rest of the month. I got you because I had to pay the booth rent anyway. I got you because I want you to get your account in order. I want you to get back healthy. I want you to really, get back on your game so that you could continue to move through life so you can get where you got to go. That was not the energy that was received. It was like, so now you pocket watching me? Whoa. Um, no, I just suggested a theory. I didn't want you to send me back the money, but if you felt guilty when I said that to you, then that's on you to feel guilty about what was said. Oh, you pocket watching me now. You pocket watching. Whoa. That's not a divine masculine. That's not a safe landing space for a woman who wants to be divinely feminine and nurture you. Why would I nurture you when you literally know I have an issue and you're not helping me fix the issue? How can I hold you and nurture you and put you in my womb and nurse you back to health, but you clearly see that I have some things that will make me more healthy, more able to be a safe landing space for you, and you're not helping me nurture those pinpoints in my life. And you want to be a divine masculine, you want to be a king. You're not even giving me queen treatment. And then to the divine feminine, this is not your video, but I'm going to quickly say this. Why do you accept that and continue that relationship? As soon as I started noticing that, I started to pull back. So the person gave me, appointments and stuff. Oh yeah, I got more people here for you to do. I said, you know what? I don't even want it because I could feel how it's going to alter my heart chakra, and you're pulling on my heart cords, and I'm not going to allow you to make me feel like that. Speeding car for confirmation. Speeding car for confirmation. I'm here to be a soft landing space. I'm not going to allow somebody to turn me into a rigid, display of broken glass pieces. I'm a diamond. My mother almost named me Diamond. She literally changed my name the day I was born to Sierra. Why? Probably because Sierra means mountain, and inside of mountains you find plenty of diamonds. So instead of naming me one diamond, how about I just be the place where you find all the diamonds at? In the mountains. You got to climb to the top of Mount Everest to get to heaven anyways, right? In all religions, you got to climb to the top of the mountain. And I can even feel that person's energy right now attempting to come into my space. It's not a divine masculine energy. It's a toxic, unhealed individual. Well, Euphoria, if that's the case, then how did you attract this individual if you're so healed? Well, does a poor man not walk up to a Mercedes Benz and ask for $5? You can have all the money physically, but you could be spiritually malnourished. That is a thing. So with that being said, as I pull my energy back from that energy, I just want you guys to know, you don't have to settle. You don't have to grant access unless somebody is literally helping you out. They have to help you. They have to either be security, they have to financially, especially if this is going to be an ongoing relationship where we're both going to be getting blessed in this space. You know? So for the divine masculine, I need y'all to do y'all shadow work before y'all go ahead and start breaking anybody else's hearts. I know a lot of you guys might, because of whatever happened to you before you were 7, when your subconscious programming ended, you feel the need to take that out on the world, but no, that's not how you get blessed. You don't get blessed from stepping on necks. You don't get blessed from cracking people in the back. Yes, in this world it may seem like that because that's what they're appropriating, because that's the programming that they keep on, programming us into. They keep on delivering that shit on our hot plate, saying this is what you need to eat up, i.e. the movies like They Clone Tyrone. Like, they're literally telling you in movies what they want you to do. They're literally telling you, we're programming you to be not yourselves. But then people come out with movies like Black Panther, and then the lead role ends up passing away from cancer out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, anything that's impactful and powerful, the people are passing away out of nowhere. Like, you gotta start paying attention to these things. When people put a powerful, strong black message, people are passing away. So I just want you guys to understand, like, It's not your job to heal everybody. It's your job to heal yourself, right? And then you come to a relationship as a healed person, and you find another healed person, and y'all will have situations that y'all might have little spats over, like, oh, well, I work on the weekends and I work on the weekdays. Huh? Oh, well, I want to have kids soon, or I want to have them later. Oh, I want to get married before we have kids. Well, I feel like we could have kids and then we could get married at the altar. You could be pregnant with the kids. Like, stuff like that will be simple to get over. Oh, I eat vegan. Oh, I eat pescatarian. Oh, okay, well, who gonna cook the food? I cook. I clean. You know. I want polyamory. I don't want polyamory. I want an open relationship. I don't want an open relationship. Spiritually, I want us to only be focused on each other's energy. I don't want you to open up to everybody else. Small little spats like that will happen, and you'll have to figure it out. But always be aware of your energy enough to the point where you know that you're servicing yourself first, right? Make sure you're always servicing yourself first. You don't owe anything to anyone. Never in this life did you ever owe an ounce of your attention, energy, or anything to anyone. If someone does something for you, it's because they genuinely want to do it for you from their heart. And at the point where you violate that, you can't get mad at them when they pull back. It's got to be nurturing for both parties. So, divine masculine, do your shadow work. Figure out why you act the way you act. Figure out why you feel the need to be toxic to people, down talk people, to make yourself feel stronger in a room. Oh, look at the birds flying, the two cardinals. Oh my God, they always come. Yeah, hi, love. And I got on this journey honestly because I met a healed individual, and they were like, yeah, I'm doing my shadow work. Are you journaling too? Like, I had a man lead me, and that's the thing. As a man, you need to be able to lead a woman to somewhere. Where are you taking me? Are you driving me to hell, or are you dragging me to heaven? Which one is it? Like, mind frame wise, like, what are we doing here? So the fact that I always see those two birds flying after each other, and they're like in perfect harmony now, because they weren't in harmony when I first came here like a month ago. I would just see the red bird by itself, but I think he found his girl now, so I think that's cool that they're like flying together now. And he's always chasing after her, so I love that. But yeah, it took somebody who was on that journey to bring me down that journey. They asked me in an actual dream, are you ready to start this journey with me? It took a divine masculine to help me do the rest of my shadow work. Yes, herpes started the journey of me looking at myself in the mirror, but it took me wanting to achieve a relationship of some sort with the individual and seeing what they were doing and having them hold me accountable and having them like, oh, okay, well, you want to be with me, this is what I'm doing. Because that's what a man is supposed to do, set up the structure. And a woman's supposed to nurture the structure. The man sets up and builds the house. The woman makes it a home. She decorates it. She cooks the food on the inside. She brings the soul in it, the vibe, the intimacy and the openness and the nurturing again, and the water, the flowing and the build, everything on the inside is the woman, but the man is the shell. And if you can't be a solid shell for a woman to have safe space inside of, where the body feels healed, the heart feels light. The heart has to feel light. And you have to figure out, why does my heart not feel light? And then once you figured out your shadow work, then you invite someone into the house that you built, which is yourself. And then she nurtures the house and decorates it on the inside and brings all that color on there. She brings the extras. And I'm not saying that a man who's healed doesn't already have all the colors too. He probably know how to design his house and furnish it and everything else. But when the woman comes, it just adds that extra to make it even more worth all the work that was put in to build that house. Yeah? So, to the divine masculine, be ready to be that strong shell for someone, but you have to do that work. Why am I toxic? Wait, is there trauma? There's definitely trauma. Before 7 years old, what was my relationship with women? What's my relationship with my mom? Who was my first bully? Was it a woman? How's my relationship with my sisters? How's it with my aunts? Do people bully me? And do I feel the need to like renege into a hole? Do I feel the need to like, oh no, you're not gonna bully me, I'm gonna bully you back? And if that's the case, why is that the first reaction? Versus like, hey, bro, like, we good? Like, let's talk. And a lot of times in black homes, whether you be any kind of black, it's just not normal for us to talk. Because, I mean, you got to think about this. When it came to, when it came to, when it came to communication back when slavery came and we were brought over here, you got to realize we were put into groups where people didn't speak the same language. All we had was energy to communicate. So that's why when I started my spiritual journey, when I worked at the museum, people from other countries would come in, but I understood energy. So I wouldn't have to say anything. I would just motion what I wanted to do, like open your bag, and I just, bow my head, bow my crown to them and they, to the God in them. And they like, oh, okay. And they smiling at me and they, sending me good energy. Whereas my coworkers, they so busy trying to be assertive. Open your motherfucking bags. What the fuck? You need help. And then the people are like, they feeling energy. So they like intimidated. It's throwing them off. They can't even think straight. But people don't think like that. They think the louder they are, the more forceful they are, that they're going to get their point across. It's like the yelling and the fussing and the cussing, and that's not going to help you get your point across. It's just going to make the other party look at you like, this is exactly why I don't want you in my house, which is my body. I don't want to share my spirit with you because you're doing things that I don't want to do. That's not how I operate. That's not how I communicate. That's not how I do things. That's not how we move on this side. If you want to roll with me, you got to learn how we roll on this side. We don't do it like that. We talk. We sit down calmly. We figure out what the situation was. We discuss it. Sometimes we don't even talk. We just let energy flow. Like, we just look at each other and speak in our heads like telepathy. That's what we do on this side. The divine masculine, divine feminine. So I don't want to take up too much more of y'all's time because it's been about 30 minutes, but you have to do that work before you expect any kind of relationship that you're going to be in to work. And when they're not working, after you know you've done the work, you know that you know yourself. You know what your triggers are. You know what grinds your gears. You know how you want to connect to people. And the relationships aren't working. At that point, it's not even you. You just got to realize the relationship is not for you. It's detrimental to you. Because the person that you're communicating with doesn't want to rise up to your level. And you should never have to shrink yourself or go back a few levels just to bring somebody up, unless they're willing to be a student. You should never have to shrink yourself back down to go back. And some people will look at it like, oh, I'm doing this, so this makes me... No. What you do in a 3D plane doesn't determine your spiritual abundance. There's a reason why certain spirits want to be around certain spirits. Because certain spirits might have 3D wealth, but they don't have 5D, 7D, 12D health, abundance, energy, flow. They think sexual energy and bing 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 bing, like Super Mario or something, like that's it. Like, no, it's more than just that. And it's a different way to flow. It doesn't have to be so invasive, especially if you're not being welcomed into the home. You got to figure out what's on my heart that's making it ache. What's on that side right there? What's that achy point right there? What is that? How do we heal that? What is the issue there? And when you're able to know that and figure that out and then look at it and be like, okay, I'm ready to deal with that and know that that's what I got to heal before I can walk into this person's house. I come to everyone as a crystal clear quartz. I have no secrets. I have nothing that I'm hiding. I'm a divine conduit for energy to flow. But when the energy wants to flow through me, and it's like muddy waters and all kinds of stuff, and I'm like trying to communicate with it, and it's like, it was like, whoa, are you okay? Like, But you gotta realize, as a divine being, even if you're not in the best situation, because everybody goes through ups and downs financially, mentally, physically. You get strong, you get big, you get weak, you get malnourished, whatever. Bank accounts up, bank accounts down. Even Beyonce said, been up, been down, been broke, been up. Like, people, everybody who's been somewhere has gone through something. Even Obama. Oh, when I came up, I was Hawaii on a farm, small house. Drake, I mean, his dad was a performer back then, but people come from stuff and then they heal through it. So I hate for people to really try to sit here and articulate that just because they think they have a financial superiority to you, that means that they're secure and healed. Like, no, the finances don't mean you're healed. Actually, let's look inside. Let's peel back all those layers. So say we didn't have any money today and me and you had to sit here and look at each other and it was just us in the woods. Do you feel healthy enough to like forage for mushrooms and start a fire and be out here while it's raining and not complain about that because we're in nature? And most people, no, well, they will not feel like that. They feel like a name brand belt makes them more important than a person who's like, no, I need you to have peace before you're in my bubble because you're making me feel sick and I don't want to feel sick. So I don't know what you need to heal, but I can't do that with you. I want to have a border up because until you purify your waters, you're going to block my blessings from allowing you to pour mud into my stream. People who want to have clear streams don't want to deal with people who have dirty streams. So if I have a clear stream and I'm a clear conduit for energy to flow, and it's like, oh, dang, that's nice. I like that. That's pure. That's love. That's easy. And I let some muddy water get inside of it, and I carry that on my heart. Somebody gonna look at me like, ooh, what's going on with you? Ooh. They covering their heart, walking next to you like, ooh, what's going on over there? And half of the time, it don't even be your own battle that you're carrying around. But when you connect with people like you that hold space within your vessel that are on the same vibrational accordance with you, or y'all's vibration at the core is the same, people will see you. Oh my God, how you doing today? Oh, let me open the door for you, sweetie. Oh, you have a beautiful day. Did you know that you're beautiful? You're beautiful. And to men, you're handsome. Oh my gosh, your smile just lights up the room. Appreciate having you here. Thank you so much. But you got to make sure that you're keeping a clear watch on your energy and what's flowing through it. Especially as a divine masculine, if you're supposed to be protecting someone, you can't let certain stuff flow through the stream. You're like, oh, hold on, whoa, what's that? All right, bet. Let's get that up out of here. Okay, cool. You see the breeze blowing. But you can't let everything in your bubble. I'm not meant to be attached to everybody. And I'm learning that in this season. I'm here to inspire people to actually want to do the work. But I'm not going to do it for you. I can't hold your hand and do the work for you if you're not even willing to have the conversation that's necessary to do the work. You just want to keep projecting, 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 projecting. It's like, no, that's your perspective. But let's get down to the real nitty gritty. Like, let's really do the work. Because I've already done the work. I don't need a therapist to do my work. I looked at myself in the mirror. That's all I had to do. I looked at my family bloodline. That's all I had to do. I did look at the women that came before me. What did they go through? Oh, okay. I don't want to do that. So I'm not going to settle and do what they're doing. I'm going to do something different. What did the men do? Oh, that's what they did. Okay, well, I don't want to accept that in my life because that clearly made these women feel toxic. You have to really look at people and they tell you, no, you got to go to a therapist. I don't want to just sit with some person who's going to love bomb me and give me good vibes and talk to me and ask me questions when I could simply just sit here and ask myself those questions. I know better. I'm not going to let something disturb my flow of my energy and my purity when I know that it's clearly not working on God's time. You don't have access. I'm not going to just grant it to you just because of who you are to me. That's disrespecting my body. That's disrespecting my work. That's disrespecting so many things about me that I stand on. If I'm hosting a space of peace and purity for women who want to achieve peace and purity, why would I allow something in my space that's going to cause anguish, fear, questioning self, disruption, disturbance, disapproval, dismay, just a diss in general? Oh, I went an extra 10 minutes talking about this. But no, seriously. These are the questions you got to ask yourself, guys. So becoming a divine masculine, you have to be that outline. Like I spoke to another divine masculine. He said when he astral projected into space, he looked at his hands and he saw a thick white outline of his hands, right? But me, when I astral projected into space, what I saw was stars all around my hands. Oh, look at that. The cardinal now got 2 brown cardinals. Okay, 1 red and two women. Okay, he got 2 women now. So what I ended up seeing was stars, right? I saw actual stars, actual constellations, but the man saw the thick white outline. The divine masculine saw the thick white outline. So that's just another note to add that you guys are the shell. And in order for us to feel safe enough to nurture your spirit and open up and relinquish all of these feminine juices and feminine ooze and this sauce and this swirl and this twirl and having access to all portals within my whole entire dominion, you don't have access to it unless you are literally helping me get soft. If you're making me harder, I'm not giving you access. If you're making me want to put up a wall to protect myself, you're not getting access. Because if I open up to you and you show me all the reasons why you don't deserve being inside of my galaxy, then no, I don't give you access. If I got to wake up in the morning and then see that you literally are crossing boundaries without my permission, that's not divine. That's not divine. If you crossing boundaries without my permission, you're a spiritual rapist. So I also want to add that to the divine masculine. If a woman doesn't ask you for your spiritual support, it's not a granted that she needs it or wants it. Okay? A woman doesn't necessarily want your divine support just because you're divine and she's divine and y'all are here. Like, it's not necessarily the case. Sometimes women just want to be on their own vibe. But when you are asked to be divine support, of course, you got to have your stuff in order so that you can be that. Be the shell. And make sure that your shell is clean and clear enough so that whatever message that she's trying to push out, it can be heard and not tainted by whatever other energies you got on your shell. It's hard work, but it's not hard work. It's simple work that is simple when you want to do the work. So, to finish this all off, I actually I am in the process of planning a divine masculine healing retreat. The initial one will be held within the home. We will be eating fruits and vegetables, mainly fruits though. It will consist of a grounding icebreaker exercise. We'll be doing breath work using hand mudras for all the chakras. If you are familiar with the mudras, you know. You know. So on and so forth. Then we will be doing a childhood trauma workshop where I'll be asking you guys these questions. Some of the questions that I asked in this video to get your responses, and we'll be doing that after we do the grounding so that you can really get in tune with it and not feel that pressure of not wanting to share because you feel a trauma or energy blocking you from allowing it to come out. Then we'll be asking you guys then we'll be asking you guys What's next? Then it will be yoga to help you open up your hips, because hips store the most trauma in females and men. That's why women tend to have wider hips, because we can hold more trauma in the lower body than you guys. Y'all usually hold it in y'all shoulders. But the secret is it's held in our hips for both parties. So we're going to be hosting some yoga to help open up those hips. Then we're going to be doing some kind of massage, probably with a little bit of tantra added in there to help release everything that we stretched out, all the lactic acids and stuff that have built up and been released from all the joints. Then past that, we will be doing, that's when we'll be having our breakout and doing the fruit bar, sea moss, things like that, fresh pressed juices, stuff like that. Um, and then after that, we'll be doing more stretching. And then the last step will be a crown chakra massage. So we'll be putting essential oils on the crown, maybe even steaming. I haven't decided yet at getting a steaming machine, but massaging the crown chakras to help release whatever we've got, whatever energies we got moving through the body that might have been stagnant. We're going to help pull those up out of the crown chakra to help you guys open that up to really fully align yourselves to be your full body on all 12 dimensions. People always think about this is all you see, this is how tall you are. No, your spirit is like 20 feet tall. But your spirit won't be 20 feet tall if you have blockages. If you have things sitting on top of your crown, things sitting on top of your Merkaba, you will not be able to be that full body spectrum of light if you allow these things to crush you all the time. Even us as women, we want protection, but I want to be my full self. Excuse me. Excuse me. See, look at that. There goes some energies that were like in there. It's like I want to be all of me, not half of me, for the sake of everyone else's comfort. And a lot of the times we're seen as not able to do that because of 3D limitations. But everyone knows that all your blessings start in the spiritual before they come down to the 3D. You can't be spiritually, you won't be spiritually, you won't be blessed in the 3D unless you got your spirit correct. All right? So I hope this message reaches you well. It's been almost an hour. It's only been 47 minutes, but I had to get this out. I will be doing a video probably tomorrow or later on today for the Divine Feminine, but I feel like everything starts with the Divine Masculine because I had a Divine Feminine come into my life to start my journey, an advocate that helped me in the herpes positive community, but it really took the masculine energy to lead me, into that space because, well, men are supposed to lead. They scrapping. Jameson, go break it up. Go, get him. Get him. Go get him. Go get them. Go get them. Anywho, yeah. Love yourself, but love yourself enough to know that, yeah, you deserve crystal clear waters. Anything that's trying to stop that, it needs to go wherever it needs to go. Right? But remember, everything around you is a reflection, so anything that you start projecting out of your mouth to somebody, you will feel in your own heart too, especially if you're sharing that space. Whew. And now I feel a relief on my shoulders. Asheo. All right, you guys. Be good, be great, be gods, and be a reflection of the divinity that you want to see in your own life. But don't ask anybody to join their tribe, their pod, unless you are willing to pour into it in the ways that you are supposed to in the divine. As a divine feminine, I'm supposed to be here to support and heal. But I can't support and heal if I'm not being nurtured as well, meaning my safe space is not being protected. But you know, in America, they want us to be masculine too. Of course, I'm not telling you to stop being masculine because we all have both in us. But you know, after being a masculine woman or alpha female for so long, you eventually need to drop that title and like take some time to get feminine again, because sometimes the gears will get tightened up because it's like, whoa, I've been having to operate in this space without even considering this space for so long. It's really hard for me to just jump back into that space after really trying to figure out what this space even is, especially when now it's being expected of me because of my age, because of where I'm at in the world. So then that's why I'm in the space of just making it my job to be divine feminine, like all the time. Like that's my job. And then the money just abundantly flows to me because I'm being in the space of the divine feminine. Hence why I want to host these retreats. Okay, makes sense? All right, you guys, support me by clicking the link in the description box. I have plenty of links there. You can find my sweatshirts, hoodies, apparel there. You can find sea moss there. You can find Palo Santo and sage bundles. You can find herpes survival kits, meaning the 101, what you should and shouldn't do when you have herpes, especially if you have herpetic whitlow. I think I still might have some roses on the website. I'm not sure. You know, feminine or rather adult toys, the roses. And what else is on the website? I'm trying to think. Hold on. Give me a second. Oh, the Parasite Detox Tea. That's the most important one. The Parasite Detox Tea has all the herbs that you need to help cleanse your body of the herpes virus. I will be turning that into a capsule very soon. It contains wormwood, yellow dock, yarrow root, hyssop, hibiscus, nettle, burdock root, blessed thistle, and I believe maybe one other herb. I can't think of it right at this moment. Maybe. I think that's all of them though, if I'm not mistaken. I might add calendula in there because calendula is known for helping regenerate skin cells. But yeah, it's a tea. You brew it. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It is a pretty bitter tea, but everyone knows you need your bitters if you ever follow Dr. Sabi. And yeah, tap in with that because I want you guys to heal. Drink it every morning. You will start to realize that your body will just simply stop having outbreaks because you're putting the herbs in it to help detoxify it. Now, I will say this. You may start having more outbreaks first because it's helping purify and it's killing out the virus. It's helping remove those eggs. And when a virus realizes that it's about to get exterminated, it tends to want to repopulate more or penetrate even harder or attach deeper because it's afraid that it's going to get kicked out of the system. So, yeah, just make sure that you are aware that you may see more outbreaks initially. So you will need to do this for at least a month to 6 weeks before you start seeing true results. Also, you have to think positive thoughts because everything starts mentally as well. You can't be thinking, oh, I'm going to have an outbreak. I'm going to have an outbreak. I'm going to have an outbreak. I'm stressed out at work. I'm stressed out. I'm stressed out. And think that your nervous system won't also register that as stress because stress comes in many forms, whether it be your thoughts, whether it be your sleep schedule, whether it be your eating habits, and your work environment, your friend environment, your family environment, your relationships, whatever. If I didn't repeat that, if I didn't say that before, but yeah, you got to realize that herpes comes from stress regardless. So taking lysine, I also have a link in the bio for supplements if you need them um, pro- until I do produce this capsule. There are supplements that you can get from Nature Cure Labs. The link to that is in the description as well. But yeah, support me anyway there. If you want to do a tarot card reading as well, I could do that for you as well. You send a donation to my Cash App. Just send it with the information that's listed down below, your name and what it's for. And I will definitely reach out to you with your phone number, FaceTime you. And yeah, stay up. Herpes diagnosis is not your enemy. Herpes came along to save you. There's a reason why 80% of the population has some form of herpes. Okay, whether it be cold sores, whether it be genital herpes, 80% of the population has it. So it didn't come to hurt you. It came to save you, make you eat healthy, get sleep, get rest, heal your nervous system from stress. And that's what I'm here for. That's what I've been doing this for the last few years. So let me help you relieve that stress. Also, if you need breath work, you can follow me on Apple Music and all music streaming platforms. If you need any breath work music, excuse me, the breathwork playlist is there. It's going to be a whole entire EP They also have the 42 laws of Ma'at to help you lighten your heart space. But yeah, if you need any of that healing, any of that, beautiful energy, you can find me on those platforms. And again, the podcast is also linked in the bio as well. Any modalities you need to help you heal from your herpes or heal in general, honestly. It's for people in the herpes positive community, but even if you aren't herpes positive, you can benefit from any of these exercises. If you need a community to join, I have a community you can join on Mighty Networks. Come be a part of the community and just become a part of the beautiful healing that we have as a whole. Really help you do the healing for yourself so that you can be a healed individual as well and bring that healing energy over to other spaces and places. Right? All right. I've taken up about an hour y'all's time now, but it's time well spent. So for the divine masculine, come heal with me so that you can be a soft landing space for your divine feminine, or you can quickly so that you can manifest your divine feminine quicker, because you can't attract anything but your reflection. Now, as far as divine feminine, if you're divine feminine watching this video, we tend to attract the unhealed masculine because they see that glitter gold. They see that, like I said, a homeless man will walk up to a Mercedes Benz before he walk up to a Subaru and ask for $5. You know what I'm saying? They be seeing the light on us and they prey on us. So, and I'm sure the same goes for divine masculine as well. I'm not saying it's only for us. But my point is, for a lot of the men who want that healed woman, because a lot of times when these toxic podcasts come up, they always complain about what women ain't doing, how ain't-ish women are, how they can't cook, they can't clean. It's like, can you do any of those things? Well, you'll attract someone who can do those things when you can do those things. Whatever you want from a woman, you got to be able to provide too, because you have feminine energy as well. We're both, left side of the body is feminine energy, right side of the body is masculine energy. We both are half and half. So you got to be able to do what you want. Hopefully your mother put that in your DNA before she released you into the universe so that you can be that. In the instance your woman becomes sick or ill, who's going to clean the house? Unless you're just that abundant, you hire a maid. But, when she's pregnant with the baby, who's going to be sitting there helping her out, cooking, cleaning, stuff like that, showing her a good time, massaging her feet, things like that. Just being in tune with what divine feminine energy needs. You have to be able to know that. And that's why women mostly are already in tune with our divine masculine, because we have jobs, we get money, we go outside, we work, we hustle. So we already know what y'all need too. But when we also need that safe, we understand needing that safe landing space, which is why we need y'all to be in tune and not be toxic, so that we both can be safe for each other. It's safe for me to land here? Yes. It's safe for me to land here? Yeah. Because y'all just are understanding yourselves at the most core understanding of cells, energy, receiving and putting out energy, receptivity, reciprocity. It makes everything easier. So I pray this message reaches you well. I'm going to go do a lymphatic drainage massage now, because I've spoken a lot and I feel all the energies that are looking at me, all eyes on me. I pray that this goes viral so that the divine masculine can want to heal with us. Come join us on our retreats. I'm in the DC area. We will be hosting that at someone's home first, but eventually the event will move to places like the Eaton Hotel. They have a wonderful spa space with infrared rooms. We want to get that booked and done before the middle of August. But if you don't want to book before the middle of August, we can wait until September, But I definitely need this to get done. I need this to happen in the summertime. I want us divine masculines and divine feminines to come together in unity and power so that we can be financially healthy together, spiritually healthy together, physically healthy together, and we can get more black love. Look, Bird tweets for confirmation. Okay? So, yeah, we got to do this work, but we got to hold each other accountable. It's not just about the physical, it's about the spiritual. Being spiritually accountable for the energy that you're putting out to someone else, because whatever traumas you dealt with throughout the day, So, let's heal so we can build. All right, that's an hour. I love y'all. Y'all be easy. Click them links in the bio or the description, and yeah, let's heal together. Let's build together. Let's feel together. Peace. Oh, and if you want to, follow me on Instagram at Euphoria 9A's1_. But I think I'm going to be popping up here more often.